our first ever charity tournament, the YGG Managers Cup. Watch your favorite guilds battle it out for a cause. Every other Sunday. Premieres October 31st, 10 p.m. SGT. We are YGG.
Ako po si Maverick, taga Mayap-Yap. So, nakamasada lang po ako, tricycle driver. Dito po pumipila sa Besleyan Hospital. Na-discover ko po sa kasama ko, naglalaro sila ng Axie. Na-discover ko yung AXC YGG. Sumali po ako sa kanila. Tapos, naghintay po ako ng almost mga isang buwan po bago nila ako makuha ang scholar. Napaindak ako ngayon. Nakakuha ko yung sa may grand prize na sariling team.
Yan ba yung ano ko? Triple aqua?
Doon ko po nakukuha yung panghulog ko ng motor, pambayad ng kuryente. Halos lahat na po, doon ko na nakakuha lahat sa pag-aaksi. Tawag ka nila. Then sinabi ko sa kanila, namamasada ka, tricycle driver ka. Si Mama, si Papa, saka po ako, kami po tatlo, iisa po ipilahan namin. Maraming nagugulat, sino ba ikaw yun? Nanay ko ka ako, nanay mo ba yun? Namamasada rin, sabi sa akin. Ayaw naman ka akong ng ibang trabaho, ang gusto niya, mamasada na lang din.
Napasok ka kaya kami.
Si Papa naman, on-call siya ng mga doktor hanggang sa mild stroke siya. Pagkalipas sa isang taon, bigla naman na-aksidente sa may highway. Sinuro siya ng kolong-kolong hanggang sa magkabali-bali katawan. Ayan, nandyan na lang siya.
Laki ng hirap po sa aksidente ko nito. Pero nung nagkaroon siya ng action na ganyan, medyo lumuwag yung buhay niya. Pati mga anak niya. Ako din, tinutulungan niya ako.
Nagka-problema kami, dumating na yung panghulog ng motor. Wala talaga akong unabis na ipon. Pinakamalaki nga yung pandemya, ang kinikita ko sa pasada, 200. Maghapon yun. Lalabas ako nung alas 8 ng maga, uuwi ako ng 7 ng gabi. Meron man sumobra, bibili pa ako ng ulam namin. Pangkinabukasan pa. Tapos nung nagkaroon ako ng scholar team, buwan-buwan, di na ako nakakautang talaga unabis. Panghulog ko ng motor na sustain ko dahil sa Axie. Hi guys! This is my Axicle. Ito yung panghanap buhay ko, source of income. Tara, let's ride! Tapos, plus 1 referral, bigay ko na lang ako yung sa may bayaw ko para ako makatulong din ako sa kanila. Masarap pala sa loob yung natulungan ka tapos tumulong ka. Pero masaya pa rin ako, buo yung pamilya ko. Malaki yung talagang pasalamat sa YGG na yun. Sobrang salamat.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Luis. I'm the country manager of YGG Pilipinas, and I'd like to welcome all of you to the YGG Managers Cup. With the YMC, we wanted to highlight the game superstars, the managers. These are the people who help all of you become better players and even teach you how to become better earners in Axie Infinity. The rules of the YMC are simple. YMC is live every other Sunday night. Each match will feature just 2 guilds, and each of those guilds will be represented by their very best 3 players. 1 player from each side will play a best-of-3 match, and whoever loses is knocked out. The winning player will stay and is challenged by the next player from the opposing guild. This continues until all of the players from one of the guilds are eliminated. Every tournament round will feature 2 new guilds, and we'll be running this series all the way through to summer of next year. Now, instead of awarding prize money for this tournament series, we've decided to actually use it to help other people also. We're going to be donating all of the sponsorship money that we raised to charities right here in the Philippines. I can't say enough how excited I am to be able to watch these matches with all of you, and I hope that you'll join us for the entire first season of YMC and cheer for your favorite guilds and your favorite managers. And with that, HFGL AxiFam, see you all in Lunasia. Bye.
Presenting the YGG Managers Cup. Blackpool Academy versus Axie Global. The 1v1 entering round 7. Man, what's
But
going to be
here's
happening?
the thing. Secret's Beast has that anesthetic bait. So, it's gonna
I
be a
think-
little bit tanky.
I think this is it.
Okay.
Are we
This
going
is
in for
gonna
a
be
draw?
enough, though.
Is this a draw? No! Secret! No way! No way!
It's gonna be a
Yeah, I would have expected it to go down, but you know, now we have the bird. Is
but
this going to be enough? The
here's-
question. Is it going to be
Yeah, it
enough?
will be. Disable Sword versus that bird, bro. I think we already know what's up. That's a tanky.
Oh, no!
Disable Sword.
Oh no! Oh no!
Alright, here we go. That jump's gonna just kill it right away. Oh,
Oh.
okay. Next thing. Oh! Hey, what happened there? Why didn't the egg bomb work? I thought the disable sword was going to hit the
Ooh, a critical right
bird.
there! Ooh, a critical! Dude, that's gonna hurt! That's gonna hurt! Secret!
Oh, next man. Look at the next thing. Yeah.
Bird down to 154.
Wait, what
Still
happened
has
there?
the speed advantage, but I think
Wow,
he's
why
going
didn't the
down
egg bomb
in
work?
this
I
third
thought
game.
the disable sword was
Got it. Two his last act was the last stand for the bug. Hound's no choice, but he has to break through. Now we have Kuyamorphs going in for the painful damage. I think this is going to be it. A double all-out shot taking out Hands in round 6, and that is a GG, my friends. Oh no, a critical! A critical, but unfortunately we have Kuyamorphs.
Oh, yo, double bulwark. Double
This
bulwark.
is it!
Come on.
This is it! Or is it?
Faster than the beast.
Oh!
There it is.
You! Axie Global, one step closer to the crown. We'll be moving on to the next round. This is the YGG Managers Cup. Yo, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Good evening from my side of the world, and welcome back to the YGG Managers Cup. My name is John Sedano, Community Marketing Manager for YGG, and our official caster for tonight, the man himself, Guru. How are you doing, man?
Hey, how's it going, John? Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. And I mean, you say it's night, but it is so early in the morning for me. I'm on the far west side of the world, but hey, I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, sorry about that, man, but I do really appreciate, everyone, especially your friends and, family who's watching right now, and from the team from MTTM, who's actually, tuned in tonight and in the morning in your place. I mean, this is what I've been telling all my friends. There has to be something called the metaverse time or the metaverse clock.
Yep.
That runs 24/7.
100%.
There's no days, there's no nights, just a bunch of numbers, like maybe a version of the epoch time, or something that is easily accessible to anyone. But I mean, we're back and we're here, and tonight we have two very, very amazing guilds and players that will be going up against each other. I'll go ahead and introduce our first team. We have Loot Squad. So everyone knows Loot Squad, with the captain Bryson, and actually we have MTTM, with which Guru is actually also helping lead, right? If I'm not mistaken. Could you tell us more about MTTM, Guru?
Yeah, for sure. Well, first things first, just want to also give a shout out to our Loot fam too. You guys are great. I hang out and I chat with the Loot fam all the time. love what y'all are doing in the space, and I'm excited for this battle because I know you got some good bangers in Loot Squad. So, but let's get to MTTM here. So I won't take too long. I'm sure that everybody who knows me has heard the story before, but MTTM, we are obviously one of the grassroots guilds that was built in Axie Infinity, and now, of course, we're all over the metaverse. We're helping pioneer NFT and blockchain gaming as a whole. You got me, of course, I'm the founder. I was the one who started it with my old YouTube channel, and then it grew into so much more than that. Now we've got the wonderful core team, co-leader Abu as well, who's actually competing tonight. So everybody, make sure you keep your eyes peeled. We got none other than Abu NFT, who's going to be battling it out with Nash and Kira. So really excited for that. But yeah, MTTM, you know how we are. We're always about the community engagement. We're supporting projects. We're very selective. We don't go around and invest in everything. So we make sure that we're really, really selective on it. And we're also all about education. So we want to make sure that no matter where your background, where you're from, who you are, what size, shape, or color you are, we all have a chance to, you know, be successful and find a community that we can grow with in the metaverse. And that's what it's all about. You step through the gates and into a world of endless possibilities.
Awesome. I mean, yeah, dude, that's what I've been saying, man. Like, MTTM, you know, you guys are a hallmark in the whole ecosystem of Axie Infinity, but, you know, especially with the games that are coming out, I mean, I'm really excited, you know, about the growth of basically all the guilds, everyone in this space right now. I mean, there's unlimited, you know, opportunities, and, you know, it's a really, really bright future to look forward to, not only as a, like you as a leader, as a community, but, you know, for the scholars most especially.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we have the scholars who are grinding day in and day out, and you know, it's really good to see that, you know, we have avenues like this. And yeah, big shout outs to our friends from Axie Infinity for supporting the event, and of course also to FTX, you know, just for giving us a platform to be able to not only showcase our guilds, our brands, but also, you know, the best of the best, those scholars who really stand out. I'm actually like really excited, man. I'm really excited to see how the most recent updates, you know, there's no more SLP and adventure, there's no more daily quests, and man, I mean, you know, all I can say is that, you know, it's game on. It's definitely game on, man.
It's big changes, but I think, again, we've had to have this chat, right? I think if you haven't yet, by the way, for all the guilds out there that are listening, have this chat, because you may not understand potentially on the, you know, top line, but this is a really big change for a lot of people, and a lot of people do require the income that comes from SLP and their earnings to help support their families. So, you know, have a chat with them and let them know that, you know, this is a long-term game. It's a long-term solution, and nothing's perfect. You know, nothing is absolutely perfect. So there may be some things that we have to fix here with what has been introduced, but this is a really big change, and we got to work together to make the most of it. And that's what we're doing here. So let's all make sure that we work together.
Actually, you're 100%. I couldn't agree more, man. I mean, you know, what also I've been telling my friends and also our scholars that you have to look at actually the lives that have been changed and the lives that are changing. Not only at the big victories, but also the small victories that are happening day to day. Like how lives are improved, you know, like how families are actually, you know, even closer. We actually have scholars. We used to have grandparents who used to play Axie Infinity together in their pastime instead of staying at home locked down during the pandemic. So there's a lot of things happening, and like these small challenges and hiccups, because I mean, no other game is perfect in my opinion, and as more NFT games come out, they're going to be ups and they're going to be downs, and what actually is worth sticking around for is going to be the community and those who actually build forward and, you know, look to the next 5, look to the next 10 years. And it's good to have everyone here at our side, just, you know, having this community and having arms strong together, and yeah, just facing the future. I'll jump into the brackets right now, and I have something that I want to show you, actually, Guru.
Okay.
So yeah, so this is our current lineup right now. We have MTTM going up against Loot Squad, but if we, you know, if we move a couple of weeks back, last week we had Axie Global, you know, taking the W from Blackpool Academy, and of course we have Meditate taking the win from YGG, which was formerly YGG Latin America, and we also have Axie GG from Axie GG led by Pertrap and Got Skills, and also Levox Esports, and also one of our co-presenters, Axie Alerts PH, moving on to the second round. So actually, Guru, I mean, this is not your typical tournament where we have it over a weekend, we have it over a month. This is actually, yeah, I think we're on our 4th month now, and it's going to be pushing all the way to July for the finals. And hopefully we get to do a physical finals, which will be, I think, would be one of the first, if not on ground tournaments for YGG. But I mean, aside from that, you know, it's very, very special. Of course, especially to me personally, that, you know, we're doing it for charity. So we are going to be giving out the prize pool to select charities in the Philippines, and one of them is the Gentle Hands Orphanage here in Quezon City. And last year, they actually tested positive for COVID, like the whole orphanage, with over 150 both orphans and also staff. And you know, like, we want to help rebuild and moving forward, and you know, entering into 2022. And yeah, we're just really happy like you guys are a part of it. And I mean, you know, what we actually want to happen is we want all the orphans to sign the NFT physical trophy that we're going to be putting out and giving to the winner. So really looking forward to that, man.
That's so amazing. You know, huge shout out to you guys for that, because it's one thing to run these events and they're amazing, they're interesting, but it's another thing to do it for a good purpose. So I really love it. And look at all the names we have behind it too. Like, it's just some heavy hitters. We got Meditate, you know, we've got MTTM and Loot Squad here. You got GG, you've got all sorts of different people. CTG, Levox. It's great to see everyone come together. I love watching this. This is probably the best part of the Axie community, right? When things like this come up and we can support, everybody jumps on board.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, it's also a way of introducing, you know, the celebrities, I would say, in the community, like getting let's say, for example, MTTM, introducing them to the YGG community for those who haven't encountered you guys yet, and vice versa. So it's more of, you know, it's community building and also helping. It's also social work at the same time. But yeah, of course, like, again, I couldn't emphasize it more, but big thanks to, you know, everyone who's building this event. Of course, like the players, the management teams, the guilds, and of course our sponsors. But yeah, let's move on to the brackets. So there you have it. So I mean, Guru, why don't you tell us more about the players that we have tonight for MTTM?
For sure. So, as I had mentioned, we have co-leader of MTTM, very well known for his mystical style, Abu NFT. He is going to be duking it out with Nash. Nash is Axie Farm. So, the Naxie fam has been very close and a strong partner of MTTM for a long time now. And we're very happy to be working with them, of course. They are MTTM fam through and through. So Nash, the leader, as well, coming up here. We got some really big names on the MTTM team. I'm fanboying over this. And then Kira, he is an absolute wonder. Not only is he a long-time MTTM and Lunasia Academy member and leadership figure, but he is an incredible player. So keep your eyes on Kira. I'm not just trying to pump his jets, but I do know that he's a pretty good player. So I'm sure he's going to show us some awesome gameplay here.
Of course. I mean, yeah, I'm pretty much excited. You know, I mean, it's actually like my first time watching MTTM on a competitive scale, and this is what this is actually what I love most about tournaments, when it comes right out of the new season. So we really don't know, you know, what tricks like all these players that have up their sleeves. I mean, you know, we have Brokion, we have XLR and Jackie from Loot Squad, repping the whole team, the whole guild. And I mean, you know, they're actually like a flexing some, if I'm not mistaken, these NFTs are called the Board Punk Society of the Philippines. Like, these are pretty cool NFTs right there. But yeah, now let's see if, you know, their power in holding these NFT, will that translate to their power in the arena going up against MTTM? And really looking forward to that. Yeah, but just right before we start, Guru, like just some quick background on how the mechanics work is that, so it's basically a team deathmatch. So both teams get to pick who's going to be playing first, and it's a best of 3, and whoever gets knocked out is out of the game, and the remaining team will have to pick who will be going up against who won previously. So until everyone's wiped out, and yeah, that's where we're going to be having our winner. But yeah, really looking forward. And after every match, we have 30 minutes for both teams to, you know, synergize, strategize, and come up with, you know, with what they want to offer and put out to the table with maybe new surprises like a rabbit out of the hat. But yeah, I mean, it's not only, you know, a 1v1 tournament, but it's also, I consider, highly a team tournament as well.
No, that's awesome. I'm excited to see that. I think it's going to allow for a lot of theory crafting and strategizing. I'm excited to see what both sides bring up because, hey, I don't have my hands in what MTTM's doing. That's all on them. I just got to trust them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, not to mention, man, it's also in these tournaments when we actually find, discover like new metas. Like, I mean, as you mentioned, like all these guys spending time day in and day out doing their research, theory crafting, and like one way or another, like there's gonna be this new combo or this new axe or this new team that we've never seen before, and it's just gonna change the whole game. I mean, aside from that, man, like while we're waiting for the first game, what are your thoughts on Origin?
Oh wow, that's a huge question. I could tangent on this for hours. Honestly, we have already in MTTM Discord. So, I mean, I think everybody shares this sentiment that I'm very excited to see Origins.
Sure.
But I think that for the reasons that I'm excited might be a little bit different. One thing that we are pretty well known for in MTTM is our breeding and our theory crafting that we did, especially from season 18 up into about season 20 here, is we love to get in and take new uncharted grounds and start piecing pieces of the puzzle together. So when it comes to Origins, we're going to be introduced an entire new frontier of opportunity to strategize, and that is going to be where we have those really late nights chatting with all the MTTM fans saying, hey, what do you think about this? Well, what about this idea? Oh, what if we put this and this together? This would be awesome. And I think that that really nice, like bringing everyone together, and it's not just leaders, it's also all of the scholars and all the members coming together. I just love that. I think I'm most excited for that. But as far as Axie goes, I think one of the things that stood out to me the most about that leak is how much the design language has changed. The vibrancy of the color palette, how smooth all the cards look. I know personally, me as well as I believe as well Arctic had mentioned about it, the new Ronin card, it just looks so aesthetic. It's got such a nice vibe to it with the Axie and the katana at his side. I don't know, I like it. You can see that there is there's a touch that's been put into Origins that hasn't existed in Axie before, and it's more referential to the current state of Axie and the current way that we're looking at it, rather than the old school. Some of what we're looking at now and some of what we're playing, it's a little dated. It's still sharp. We got Axie standing and bumping now instead of floating.
Exactly.
But super excited about Origins. What about you, John? What stands out most to you?
No, I mean, yeah, for sure, dude. I totally agree with what you just said there. But I mean, like right out of the bat, dude, like it's basically the gameplay, it's the interface, it's the animation, it's the art, as you mentioned. Not only am I looking forward to having even more scholars on board, but I'm actually excited that now I'm actually looking at 6 cards per Axie instead of 4. Maybe I'd call before the dynamics of the gameplay, like I'd have a hand in my deck. But now it's just basically, I mean, I've played a bit of Magic cards, I've played a bit of Pokemon, and now having 6 skills is gonna be something else, man. I'm not saying this because I'm a fanboy of Magic cards and the dynamics, but it's also because that I have a lot of Axies that I'm wishing that I could be able to use when Origin comes out, but we're yet to see that. But yeah, 100%. I mean, looking forward to all the new players that will be coming in. I mean,
agreed. Yeah.
Right now, Axie, it's what we've grown up with, quote unquote. But I mean, we have Pokemon Red, we have Pokemon Yellow, and then we have all the other versions and all the other expansions. I think we're in that stage, that we're gonna be getting a new influx of players, and that's what I'm looking forward to. Not only in terms of the guild, but just growing the whole Axie Infinity ecosystem in general. But speaking about the game, man, like we're about to start. Let's jump right in. Let's go.
I'm excited. All right, so we got Nash versus Brokion, huh? And I see here we got a very interesting lineup. So on Nash's side, we've got a traditional backdoor burb. And it's interesting that he chose this into Brokion's lineup, because you can see the Brokion has the balloon and hairbird, so it's a lot more of a front to back style. But it looks like Nash is trying to take out that damage in the back. And then what does he have in the mid here? He's got the signature mech, that high speed Axie Kiss Hair Dagger mech. So if he can get the draw and take that bird out soon and keep the mech up and take out that front line, I think Nash is going to be in a good position here. We got the cards coming already. I wonder what they're going to play. The double cactus on the side of Brokion.
Here we go. Like my favorite, the double flying there. 141 damage. and goes in with a mid-liner going for a double cactus. That's gonna hurt, man. Down to 64, taken out in round 2.
Yep.
Oof.
Hey, at least he had the cattail, because this is the thing. I agree that was really, really strong. However, the cattail brought so many cards into Nash's hand, and now he should be able to finish this here. Yeah, that's gonna finish it. So now I'm interested to see if he gets the backdoor. Oh, he gets the backdoor. This is huge, actually. If he can take that bird out
There you
and
go.
be in a position where, oh, this is big. Big for Nash. Very well played.
Oof. Now
Okay.
we are in a 2v1 situation entering round 5. We have Brokion's midliner still alive and kicking. Down to 208. Goes for the all-out shot. Down to 126 self-damage. But I think this is it. This is it for
Yep,
Brokion.
this is it.
Oof.
Ooh, that was honestly very well played on both sides. I feel like, Nash almost felt like he was going to rush it there, but he chose to play slowly. And it was perfect too. He didn't play too many cards on the bird. He threw out a couple cards just to get damage off on that front line and then finished it with the mech and immediately followed up with the backdoor. A little lucky to have drawn the backdoor on that turn, but very well played from Nash. Very well played.
Yeah, I mean, he was drawing a bunch of very useful cards. I mean, like right out of the bat, like in round 1. I mean, good passes for both teams. But, I think I totally agree with you. I mean, the timing is on point. I mean, he had his patience. He waited for the right time and was able to get his backdoor. And, dude, Brokyon down to his plan. At the end of the day, it's a 2v1, and he does have the cards. He does have the energy. I mean, Brokyon does have 1 energy advantage over Nash, but, it's enough. It's enough to take him down. I mean, 2 plants, that's pretty hard to do, man. But I think, it's Nash, and I think Brokyon, has to kick it up a notch for the next game, definitely.
Agreed. I think one of the things that we're going to have to see here is potentially... I like that they cleaned out that tank in the front, but I think Brokyon's got to watch the usage of the beast cards, because that cattail was huge, right? That cattail came in and gave him that huge value. Even if it was just the 2 cards drawn, he at least didn't have his tank die for free.
Yeah, I think we have a really cool replay that's going to be happening right up front. We might be forwarding a bit into the second or the third round, but yeah, for everyone at home who missed the action, dude, this is history is going to be repeating itself in a replay this time around. We have basically his Brokyon's 2 plants. The only difference is, I mean, he has probably had some poor ears, but it's also the hot butt. Leak for the midliner. But yeah, I mean, check this out.
Yeah, cards draw here.
Double carrot.
Ooh,
Okay.
Double carrot, yeah.
Okay. Taking all the damage. Okay. I mean, at this point,
No.
dude, he has 7 energy going into round 3.
Yeah.
And he does have the cards as well.
So here's one thing that I think could have potentially been done by Brokyon. He could have thrown the single balloon just to try and avoid the mech damage coming in. But I mean, I still don't think it would have changed the ultimate end of this, but that balloon might have been good because it's a 0-cost card, right? And he had 2
Agreed.
of them. I feel like he probably should have thrown that balloon.
I agree. I mean, round 4 would have been a 2v2 in that case, but like Nash, just go in and for the damage, doesn't care about the recoil on the all-out shot because he knows he has it in the bag. Round 5, pretty quick game. I mean, no SLP for Nash, but but yeah, dude, takes the W, and I think that's enough. But yeah, I mean, going back, like while we wait for round 2, I mean, right now, Guru, so mind sharing with us, your current lineup, and what are your thoughts entering into season in the season 20 in the next season?
Okay, yeah, so I'm still running my tried and true Totoro. It is very similar to the mech that Dash is running, actually, but it's got Spiky Wing instead of Hero. So obviously seeing all the double plants, seeing the huge reflect tiles, everything that's just very shielded up. Spiky Wing is an extremely valuable card, and I like it a lot. Yeah. So I've been using it quite a bit, but I've actually been flexing around a couple of different picks. I used to previously use it exclusively in the backline with a shrimp in the middle. But now I'm starting to try and fill things out a little bit differently. I've reintroduced the Disable Soar in the back as well, so I can start playing with the Disable Soar in the back. and a Totoro in the mid, but primarily in the front, I'm pretty boring. In the front, I always like my energy generation, so I tend to be using a Leaf Bug, and I'll change between either a Cattail or a Hot Butt. Into the future, though, from what we see here, I do think we're probably going to see a resurgence of beasts coming up, because I know there's been a lot of optics on beasts and a lot of the card leaks that have come from Origin. So I think we're probably going to see people speculating a lot on beasts. And I love beasts. Anybody who knows me, obviously, you probably know my good old Tunut.
Speaking
I
of,
love my
I mean,
beasts.
not the beast, but the mech going in for the full damage here in round 2, taking out Nash's
round 2.
frontliner, like deja vu all over again. A bit of
Immediately.
a bit of a waste for Brokion's frontliner there. That shield didn't do anything, but I mean, at the very least, he switched it up. He has his mech instead of his hot butt plant this time around.
What's going on with Nash? He hasn't played any cards at all.
Might be disconnected, so okay, I think that's what happened.
Yeah, because I was wondering what was going on. I'm like, that's good for Brokion if he's making these plays, but Nash isn't playing any cards.
But yeah, we're gonna be getting a quick update from our head of esports, Mike, who's in the background. But yeah, while waiting for that, I mean, we were talking about your beast and your plushie right there. I've always wanted to own my very own. Is this a custom made plushie? Is this actually
Custom
something
made.
they actually own?
Yeah, this is my custom plushie. So I had this made. Look at his cute little face. He's even got the Ronin on the back, and he's got the Nutcracker tail. He's ready to go. I keep him up on my side here, so he's my mascot, Axie, right? When I first actually started in Axie Infinity, I bought a terrible team. I'm sure we all go through that, especially the OGs. But then once I figured out how the game works, I decided to pick him up, and I picked up my white fluffy beast. I was super happy about it. But that's Tunut. And I had to pay a lot of money to get it custom made, because when you custom make plushies, there's a lot of preparation and development. But I had to do it, right? I had to do it. Everybody's been talking about the plushies, and a few times I've shared them on social media. He always seems to go viral. So I think the money was well spent.
For sure. And I mean, at those times when when you're not sure about your next move in the arena, I bet both of you guys have eye-to-eye contact, and just have the idea, and he just gives you that signal of what to do next, right?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. I'm looking forward to Origin. I hope that with the introduction of ear cards, ear and eye cards, maybe we'll see non-max speed beast, because he's a pure beast, pure through and through. Maybe we'll see them come back a lot stronger. Yeah.
I mean, this is where you'll see that the guys are going actually for the collectibles, especially like your players and veterans like you. Now it's not just about like what axes you're like, what type of axe you're like, what color of the axe is. It's something that as a collector, basically, if 10 years down the road, maybe he's your squirrel. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you were Ash, like you had a squirrel, he has his Pikachu. Like this guy's your Pikachu. And
I've always said he's like my Pikachu. And I'm all about collectors too. I've bred a few first Axies. So I've been the first person to breed a couple of like high tier Axies. I was the first person to breed a 48 speed Dust Tri-Spiker actually. Okay. And I always keep them. Every time I breed a new Axie and it comes out perfect, the very first one, I keep it. Because it's kind of like my sigil, right? It's my collector's piece.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to like draw up a banner or like a poster of like a movie poster of you, like you'd want to have like the cutest Axies going into the movie with you, right? Like all of them, like all around you, like in defense or ready for the offense. But yeah, I totally agree, man. If I breed something and it's cute, like I really don't matter. Like if I lost a few bucks in in the process, but I mean he's gonna be going to the wallet. Yeah, I totally feel you, and I'm really surprised, that all of the collectors, especially with the plushies, like it's not a staple. Like we don't actually have official merchandise for plushies, but I mean, how Pokemon now is actually like licensing the rights to creators, to brands, to be able to create their own merch and their own apparel with it. This is something that I see with Axie Infinity that's already actually happening. But I mean, speaking about the game, the last one, it's a disconnect, and we're gonna be repeating it, not counted, and let's jump right into it, man.
Okay, just running it back. Now that we're here right away, I see immediately Brokyon has learned. He decided, hey, look, Nash is running a backdoor burb. We're going to get rid of our burb because it just puts us at such a disadvantage. And now we're going for a straight strategic back to front. The Disable Soar is faster than the mech, so you're going to have the Disable Soar. I'm almost certain he will be targeted first, unless they're the same speed. No, the mech's going to be a little bit slower. So if the backdoor bird comes in, it's going to be the Disable Soar he targets. That being said, he has the Pigeon Post and the Egg Bomb, so he can actually utilize the targeting from the backdoor bird to throw the Aroma on the Disable Soar and then follow up with the mech damage to try and clear out the Disable Soar right away. So I think that's going to be the win condition coming from Nash, is to get that Disable Soar just completely off the board. And then if he gets into a 1v1 with the mech and the bird, in most cases, we've seen how that turns out. A bird will shred a mech down.
For sure, totally agree. I mean, not to mention, the mech, though, he does have, I mean, a lot of people are using Acro, like, especially the most recent seasons, but only because, you know, I mean, the speed bonus is very, very, very handy up to the last minute. I mean, like, we're always used to like, the default, like, a Ronin and double nut, but at this point in time, like, it is really good to see where everyone gets creative. Like, not necessarily, I mean, I still remember the times when pure breeds were almost on everyone's lineup, everyone's roster. You only see changes, you only see switches when you get to the higher elo. But even in 1,200 MMR, even below sub 1,000, dude, you'd be surprised who you're gonna be going up against. Like everyone's in it to win it, man. It's really exciting.
I agree. Another thing we want to watch here too, by the way, is the differences of the tails on the front line. So the frontliner on Brokion's side is going to have obviously the leak, which is going to be good if Nash decides to throw a bunch of cards into him to finish him off. If he can time that Hatsune and get the range cards taken off of the midliner and the backliner, look at their cards. Almost everything is ranged, right? So you're going to have a huge value come out of that. But on the flip side, if Nash times that cattail again and gets a big draw out of, say, the mech coming in, it could be game changing. So I'm going to be interested to see how the difference of the frontliners plays out to set up the mid and late game for both sides.
Like, it's pretty interesting, like, also for me to see that, I mean, dude, Biden's is something relatively new. I mean, you know, it's been happening for the past 2 to 3 seasons, and especially for higher elo plays. But you know, having a zero cost card, that, I mean, if you're lucky, you get it pulled out at the right time. You don't spend any energy, and you still get to play like your 4 card combos for your mid or your backliner. The question is, like, in this specific game, will he be able to make his plant survive and actually be able to use leak and, you know, just get one step ahead of Nash? Because I'm pretty sure at this point he already knows how Nash plays and he's not messing around.
Yeah, agreed. Okay, so into round 2 here. Interesting. I wonder what's going to happen. They're very much thinking. I get the thinking meme coming on both sides. They're like, it's kind of like when you have the 2 swords masters and nobody has drawn their sword yet, but you know the battle's already begun.
I can't wait for the emojis. I can't wait for Origin and the emojis, man.
Yeah. Okay, here it comes. We got the cattail coming out. Ooh, looks like, oh, he refrains from doing it. Good job, Brokion. I think he felt the cattail was coming for sure, so he didn't want to throw out the damage. Very smart, actually. If you have the cactus on the frontliner, why not, right? You don't need to put the damage on the mech. If you have damage from that cactus is no joke. It'll clear something out very quickly.
For sure. And I mean, like, not to mention that, you know, both of them have mechs, and the plants wouldn't really have that much time in the game. So as much as possible, if you actually drew it, might as well just make use of it before it goes bye-bye. But now we have Nash going in for the aggression. Ooh, the Arco taking out the front line of Brokion. Ooh, Brokion with the revenge going back. That's gonna be, dude, ow, woof!
Got it, perfect.
Perfectly calculated.
Ooh, now we're in a, oh, this is big though. This is really big. The draw was not on Brokion's side. He did not get a very good draw there. Ooh. And now he's got the Arco coming through. Ooh, this is big. I thought this was going to happen. So he's using the Egg Bomb to sacrifice the bird, which is smart because you want that 1v1 with the mech into the Disable Soar. And that's a 49 speed mech, mind you. So it's going to have priority on the Disable Soar.
A little bit of an overplay right there from Brokion. Wasting it. But, you know, we got Nash going in for the damage. It's going to hurt. Down to 101. But we have Brokion going in. Back at him.
with a stun.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Double shut off. So now Nash can only use his 0 cost and the hair. This is big, actually. Brokyon can probably bring... I think Brokyon's got it here. Yep. The draw was right in his favor. Yes, yep, 1-1. Ooh, GG. Well played, Brokyon.
Wow.
Very well played.
Wow. Nice. This is what I want to see, man. This is what I want to see. Like, people, I mean, Brokyon, like for me, it's my first time actually like watching him. But him stepping up to the plate, and you know, he as I mentioned, like he knows like Nash isn't gonna be messing around, and dude, perfectly calculated. I love how he doesn't try to make up for his mistakes. He has a couple of misreads, but in the end, dude takes down the W and 1-1, and it's gonna be the next game who's gonna be deciding who's gonna be taken out from tonight's episode, and looking forward to that.
Agreed. Looking back on it, I know we're going to probably do a replay, but thinking about what Nash could have done, I think he might have pulled the trigger on the egg bomb a little too soon. I feel like he could have potentially tried to take a combo from the disable sword and just let the cards pile up, because Nash had used a lot of cards, and because it's reasonable to assume that he might not have killed the mech even if he just threw up a single shield, like let's say an Arco, just to be able to have it up and then go for a play next turn. But even then, it was tough. The draws were really on Brokion's side there at the end. He kept drawing really good card combos. He always got the hot butt and the green thorns.
Oh, a bit of a bug right here for our replay, but I mean, yeah, as you mentioned, man, definitely a bit early on the egg bomb. Here we go, exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah,
there you go.
He could have potentially, I mean, he might have still died because it would have been close. The damage here would have been very close, but it 100% killed the bird. Yeah, it would have been tough. What he could have done here is if he had an egg bomb and say he took that combo, he could have thrown out the hero here to shake the stun, because he would have been stunned clearly. Then he could have thrown the double hair dagger, got the draw from it, and then the next round he could have been able to have the card set up, and the targeting from the disable sword would have went to the bird one round later. So he might have been able to do it. Hard to say. The draw, though, was really, really nice. He got the hot button every time. That's what you need on the disable sword.
Exactly. I mean, you know, it's pretty cool to see the hot butt in action. Numbing Liquidation, seeing less of this in the previous games. But why do you think this happened? Why would he have a Numbing Liquidation instead of hot butt?
Instead of hot butt, like, you mean on the plant you're talking about?
The other way around. So why does his disable sword have hot butt instead of Numbing Liquidation?
Oh, I mean, hot butt's just so good on the disable sword, right? So what we referred to the disable sword as, I know because I was one of the people who was initially breeding it.
Nice.
We call it a pinnacle laxity.
Okay.
It is built to perfectly utilize every card in the kit, right? So you have the hot butt, which is a plant card, which triggers the passive of Green Thorns, which makes Green Thorns give you double shield. Also, Hot Butt is a card that gives you a lot of good stats. The stats are fantastic on it. And it shuts off mouth cards. Mouth cards are primarily the cards that are used to do true damage or break through shields. So having those balanced together is very, very good, because you have the extra shield from the passive, and then you have the Hot Butt passive shutting off the mouth cards, so you're less likely to get damaged by a true damage, which is going to go through your shield. So you continue to put up those fat shields, and people have a hard time getting through it. Add to that the fact that you have Chomp, which will stun with a 0 card. You're just like, oh, it's so well made, right?
I agree. I mean, yeah, it just fits perfectly actually for the last matchup. I mean, he was going up against a mech, but technically, I mean, the mech does have the damage. But I mean, as you mentioned, dude, the shield, it's I wouldn't call it a brick wall, but you know, it's enough to get you by, and you know, maybe even like win a 2v1 at the most important times that you need it the most. But yeah, definitely something to look out for. I usually have my hot butt like on my frontliner plant. But yeah, I mean, with all the new metas coming out, like Cat Play, even Leak Bleak, it's good. It's really cool to see this in action. But yeah, props, big props to Brokyon. And moving back to the matchup here, bro. So it's a 1-1. And that's going to be the deciding factor. Like the next game is going to decide if Nash will be continuing onto the next two players, or you know, it's going to be Brokyon is going to be taken out from the game. But yeah, pretty cool and pretty exciting. So for everyone at home, I just want to ask everyone, invite everyone, if you guys are watching,
might as well like, share, and support the stream. We are actually building our YouTube. We have a newly created YouTube channel, and also our Twitch. So we're trying to, as much as possible, if you guys would love to support our content, like, we truly appreciate that. I mean, while talking about content creators, Guru, why don't you give a shout out to all of your friends, everyone watching, and ask them to follow you as well for the YGG community.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, MTTM, obviously, you guys are always here. I love the passion and the pride you guys always bring. Everything that we're a part of, you're always here. So much love, MTTM. But YGG fam as well. I've been connected with you guys loosely. I've been here. I'm one of the more OG Axie players. I'm, connected with all the good YGG people. Good friends with Cuckoo, Ian. I'm sure that many of you have probably seen me on Ian's stream way back when. I was one of the first collabs she did in Axie, so it was a lot of fun. And I'm still doing YouTube. Even though I'm a lot more focused on leadership and MTTM, one of my targets here, and I have a brand new place in office that you guys can't quite see, but will be coming soon, is that I'm going to be getting heavily back into content. So nice. I'm on Twitch. You guys can find me at NFT Guru on Twitch or on YouTube. Go and drop me a follow, drop me a subscription. Yes, I'm always putting informative content up. I'm actually one of the people I have one of the most successful How to Create Your Scholarship videos on YouTube. Bit of trivia for you guys. I believe it's me and Dave that actually have the two biggest videos on there. So I've been supporting the scholarship movement since the beginning. And I really appreciate your guys' support and follow.
Definitely. So everyone at home, YGG community, let's show some love to NFT Guru, to Guru himself, and MTTM. So drop some hashtag Team YGG and We Are YGGs in the chat if you have followed his social. So let's do that right now. Let's go. Hashtag Team YGG. And yeah, don't forget, it's at NFT Guru, and show some love and support. But I'm really looking forward, man. I mean, before we jump into the game here, I'm really looking forward to the content that you'll be pushing out, especially for Origins. Like, you know how it goes, and you have the, how would I say it, like, you know how the people would understand it best and learn from you the best. But yeah, definitely something to look out for, especially from both our communities. But yeah, getting back into the game, we have the double plant. He's back.
Yeah,
he's back.
You know what? I think this was a 300 IQ play for Brokyon. He probably thought, Nash realized that I found a team comp that counters his, so he's gonna change. So I'm going to go back to my tried and true, assuming that Nash is going to change. And look what happened here. It's exactly what we got. Now, that being said, I do like that Nash has introduced a really, really strong Axie, which is the Bone Sail Nemo Incisor. This is an insanely strong Axie. You want to talk about brick wall comes out of this. Now, they did nerf Bone Sail, so it is a little bit more tuned. I still think it's a strong card. By no means is it, weak. It was just a little broken before. But I'm going to be excited to see how they play this, because now both teams are front to back. So the one thing that I know that that Brokyon has on his side is he's got that really nice Hatsune, right? And that Hatsune in the mid can cause a lot of grief for Nash if Nash is using his combo from his mech. Ooh, right off the bat, going in. And with the egg bomb, too, of all things. Wow. No punches pulled from Brokyon. He's going for blood.
All right. You have Nash going into the next round with 5 energy and Brokyon with null. He does have his double cleanse sent right there, though. So he might just be healing whatever damage is going to be dealt in the next round. Or, I mean, I don't know. Maybe they may actually pass. Who knows? Like, these guys are unpredictable. And again, that's why, they're the ones going up against each other. I mean, Nash with a handful of cards right there. Actually playing. Going for the double aggro. Double 137. And the lethal. Here we go.
I think, this is big. This is really big. He's going to get it with the cactus. Really good. Love it. Love to see it. Lot of cards on that midliner. Ooh, going for the balloon. That was smart. I think he went for the balloon because he knew that Nash goes first, and if Nash tried to come out with a heal or a brick wall, it could have been really, really bad. So now we're in this spot. Wait till you see this brick wall. Oh my god, on both sides. Look at the brick wall. Insane.
Kiss. Ooh, there you go.
Yep. Huge play, though, out of Nash here. Lots of cards going out, which, I mean, it's a good thing, but also a bad thing, because now we're going to have the double heal and the Hatsune value coming off. Oh, the crit! On the
Just
heal too.
when he needed it the most. Like, my question is, does the crit actually add more heal to the damage? I mean, to the... Does a crit actually...
It
get
does
more
for
heals?
Zigzag, because the card itself says heal for the damage dealt by this card. Oh,
Interesting.
wait, look at this. This is going to kill the bird, I think. It's going
It
to kill
is.
the bird. Oh my goodness, misplay from Brokyon with the... Oh my goodness, Brokyon. Now, oh, Nash is going to go for it. He's just going to kill it. It's
Yeah,
over.
This is it.
GG.
This is it.
GG Nash.
This is it.
Bringing the
game
dub. GG.
with the Axie kiss right there from Nash. I mean, dude.
Yep.
Oof, Brokyon, I would say, almost had it. Almost
Yep.
had it for a bit. I mean, a bit of miscalculation, a bit of misplay there. But regardless, big GGs to both players. And we have Nash moving on to the next game.
Good job, Nash.
Good job to both players right there. And yeah, I mean, we're gonna be waiting for the replay in a bit. But I mean, right out of the bat, I think him bringing out his double plant again. I do this sometimes. Like if this is my meta, my personal meta, if this is what works for me in the arenas, then there are gonna be times that I won't get the cards that I want. But I have the confidence in my lineup, and I think that's what what was going on in Brokyon's head. And just. Props to him for the huge play right there for that decision, and just bringing it out and trying to actually like show him show the community what he's got with that lineup. I mean, pretty cool lineup. I can't wait to actually see him more in action in the future in the arena. But unfortunately, going back to the matchups, there you have it. We have Brokyon unfortunately eliminated from tonight's game.
He played well, though. Brokyon played very well. I like the strategy element that came in where he threw the counter matchup into Nash and then forced the team swap and went back to his tried and true. I do think that Brokyon could have potentially taken that. That egg bomb was really unfortunately timed. I bet you he thought that Nash didn't have the cards to clear out the bird, and he was just gonna... Because here's the thing. If the damage had gone onto the bird and not killed the bird, and they were able to clear out the... I'm going to call it the Bone Sail Nemo, but whatever you want to call it, the Bone Sailosaurus here. Clear that out and then go into the 1v1 against the mech. The bird doesn't need any health, right? Because it usually goes first.
Yeah.
So I see what he was going for, but yeah, just unfortunate that Nash had that full combo. And well played by Nash to throw that out there, because he might have thought, maybe this would be a waste if it goes into the plant. But at the same time, you've got to go for those, right? You've got to make those risky decisions.
Totally agree. I mean, the patience definitely paid off right there for Nash. I mean, Brokyon going in guns hot, basically, like getting free damage in the first round to Nash. But I mean, unfortunately, that wasn't enough, and Nash saw it coming. So here's the replay. Let's check it out.
Good damage.
Okay, there you go. Taking out the front liner from Brokyon in round 3. And there goes that balloon.
Yeah, smart balloon. I like the balloon play there. It's a really good idea. This, I feel like, was maybe a little overplayed there. He probably could have gotten away with just using a cactus, but either way, the brick wall's here. This brick wall was beautiful, by the way. Brick walling up for this play, knowing that Nash hadn't played the last round, so he